Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I am Amedio602, and today we are going to be reviewing some gameplay in Warzone from GrayFox7376. He's got a really good gameplay that he was willing to share with me here, and you can see he's got one kill right now. We're a little bit into the gameplay here, and I believe he had just come back from the Gulag. You can see he's playing trios here with Brewmaker and Who Furted. What you're going to see here is you're going to see a 16-kill last man standing win. And at the end, it's kind of nice because he ends up taking out a whole trio all by himself. But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here. They're just running around right now trying to get money to bring back their third teammate. Alright, so I'm going to pause the gameplay right now. And you can see right here, you heard the call out for enemy recon drone in your area. And you can see right down here on the screen it says spotted. So that recon drone, as soon as it came out, he got spotted. And what he's going to do is he's going to round the corner and he's going to find the guy that spotted him. So he's going to be a nice easy down. And I really like what he does here. So this guy is down. He's over here. He's off to that side of the screen. And instead of staying out there and leaving himself exposed and thirsting to kill, what he did was, since he took damage, he runs back here and he's going to go into cover in this bunker here. And I'm sure he's called stuff out to his teammate. Now, I don't have the comms for this gameplay, but you can see right now his teammate is firing on the minimap. So you can always tell when your teammate's firing on the minimap when they've got these little lines next to their arrow. So his teammate's firing, sounds like suppressed shots, and you can see the direction he's looking. So the line of sight for his teammate right now, he's looking that direction. So odds are you're going to have an enemy somewhere along this line. He's either going to be like right here, maybe over here, maybe over here. But based on where his teammate's standing and where he's firing, you can kind of figure out where that other enemy is coming from. Now, it would have been better if his teammate would have been able to ping the location of the enemy. So that's something that Who Furted could have done a little bit better here, but you don't always have time to do a call out. And like I said, they could have been using voice comms. He could have called him out there. He probably did. But we know we've got one guy down over here and another guy somewhere, like I said, somewhere along that line. So what Gray Fox is going to do now, it's a pretty good move, he's going to come out and he's going to check on this guy right here. And if you listen very carefully to the game audio, you'll hear that the guy is being revived by a teammate. There, did you hear that little sound? It kind of sounded like it's very subtle. Let me back up just a little bit and listen again for that sound.
Friendly loadout drop on the way. Under fire!
Now, as soon as you hear that sound, you know that somebody is reviving somebody else. And since he already knew exactly where the guy was that got downed, you knew he couldn't have gone far. About the farthest that guy could have gone was crawled off the cliff. So this is another real easy kill right here. And you can see that was a team wipe. I'm sure he called that out to his teammate, and now they've got enough money to buy back their other teammate. So he's going to go ahead and come over here, and that's what he's going to do. And right now you can see what he's trying to do for our class here is he's just trying to figure out which guns he wants to grab off these guys. I saw an Origin, an AX-50, and MP7. So he's going to take that AX-50 with a thermal scope. And he kept his AUG. Now, this ends up, I think this was a mistake, and this ends up biting him here in a little bit, because he's got a long-range sniper rifle and a close-range SMG without a suppressor and without an extended mag. So I'm not sure if he was just leaving the guns for his teammate, but if I'm being entirely selfish about the guns that I pick up, then what I'm going to do in this situation is I'm also going to grab that MP7. Alright, you can see somebody's calling out some enemies up here. He's checking it with the thermal. That's a good play. Just kind of stay where you are. Alright, right here. Now, you can see Brewmaker, he was the one that just got bought back. And he's gone down, and he is the green guy. You can see he's right here on the minimap. So somebody's got a line of sight on him, and we had just called out enemies here. So you've probably got some enemies in that general area. So let's go check it out. He's going to make his way back up there. Yeah, here we go. So the situation now is Furted has called out a couple of enemies right in kind of this general area. See if I can mark it. And Gray Fox is coming up to look at him. And right now, what he just did, let's look at that again. He's got an AUG which this is a pickup AUG, so this is an SMG with 9mm rounds. And this distance, he's got a good clean line of sight on two guys here. So you can see two guys, there's one of them, there's the second one. He's got a good clean line of sight on those two guys. But because he's got an AUG, which is really for up close, this is just too far of a distance. I'm not sure exactly how far that is, but just looking at this, you can see his teammate is 61 meters away, and he's down in the bunker. So from here to here, I'm not sure what that is. That's probably about 40 or 50 meters, which is a little bit long range. That's stretching out an SMG. This is the case where if you have an SMG and a sniper rifle, you're kind of in no man's land. So the sniper rifle, it would be great if the guys were maybe like up here on top of the hill. The sniper rifle would be my weapon of choice. Obviously, if they're like over here or over here, then the SMG would be okay. But at this distance right here, you really want an assault rifle or an LMG, maybe even a marksman rifle. In this situation, I would either not fire on those guys, I'd try to get a little bit closer. He did pop dead silence. I'm not sure how much of that is left, but he did pop dead silence, and I kind of feel like in this scenario he made a little bit of a mistake. He could have either pulled out that AX-50 and shot him, or tried to push up behind him with the SMG. So he takes a couple shots, he changes position. That's a good move, given that he took those shots. Changing position is a good idea. That's kind of what he has to do, because that distance is just too far for an SMG. So he does try to take the flank route over here. Unfortunately, it takes too long, and his teammate's about to get killed here. But yeah, I think that the mistake there was engaging in too long of a distance with an SMG. And again, you can see that's just too long a range for that AUG. There's too much recoil, and what he ends up doing here is he just runs away from these guys, and I think that's a smart move, because at this point, you're outgunned 2-1, and you're the last one alive. So yeah, retreat, live to fight another day. We're picking back up on the gameplay. You can see a fire sale has spawned in, so he's trying to get to that fire sale so he can bring his two teammates back from the dead, maybe pick up some other stuff for himself.
UAV overhead.
And you can see two guys right there on the thermal. He downs one. That's a nice shot. And again, this is the let's go back and look at that shot one more time.
Enemy UAV overhead.
You can see this distance right here. Now, we've got 21 meters to the buy station. So from here to here, we got 21 meters. And this enemy's a little bit behind that buy station, so that's probably about a 40-meter shot. I have a feeling the same thing would have happened if he had tried to use that AUG again. He would have gotten a few shots in the enemy would have gotten away. But as it stands, he pulls out the AX-50, gets a clean one-shot down. So good job making up from the earlier mistake of pulling out the AUG at too long a range. Now, another thing he did here that I thought was really nice was he downed the first enemy, and then he didn't focus on thirsting him. He focused immediately on that second enemy. And we saw an enemy, he ran back over here, he's over in here somewhere. And you can see Gray Fox has really good centering here, and this is something you like to see from veteran players, is we know that that enemy's back there behind that wall somewhere. This is another nice play. He pulls out the thermal because he can't quite see where the enemy is. And he ends up being right here, right where you expect him to be, where you saw him last. And what's happening here, you got about a 90% chance that the guy who got downed has called you out to his teammate, and the teammate's over here trying to get the revive. And you definitely don't want him to get that revive, so let's see what Gray Fox does here. Alright, he missed that shot. He's going for the revive. Okay, so he ended up running back to the original snipe spot, which I think is kind of an interesting move for that guy. Right here, this is a dangerous play. So you got two different things that might happen here. You could either get gunned down in the middle of running up there, or you get up there and they're in the middle of the revive and you end up just killing both of them. So let's see what happens. Alright, now this was nice. He took cover as soon as he could, got behind that nice concrete barricade, and he's got the one guy dead. He's got 22 rounds left in his magazine, and this is good AUG range right here. If you're at this distance, AUG is a very deadly weapon, and 22 rounds should be enough to get a kill on the second guy. There you can see the second guy. I like how he's not reloading right there.
fire sale
Okay,
done.
nice.
Prices
So
are
I was a little bit off on my my estimation for how many bullets it was going to take to kill that guy. Good kill. Not the cleanest kill, but he does manage to wipe the team, and any 2v1 that you can walk away from is a win in my book. Now the other guy, what I think he should have done once his teammate was thirsted is you've got no reason to stick around there, and you've got one piece of cover. So in my opinion, the other guy should have run through one of those doors at the stadium and just tried to get away. But he didn't do that. Gray Fox wins. He does not have the fire sale now, but he does have plenty of money to bring back his teammates. So this shot, to me, looks like it's a hit. So I'm not sure if there's some bullet drop or some latency issues there, but that looks like a nice clean snipe to me. And sometimes this game just does that. Yeah, that definitely looked like a hit to me. The second shot was a miss. He's got to reload this thing.
Placing. Never mind. Got a target here.
Okay, that one looked like it was maybe up a little to the left. That one I believe was a miss. That first shot looked like a hit. Okay, there was some glint, and that means that that enemy sniper is looking right at him now. So at this point, you're in kind of a 50-50 gunfight. Alright, nice. He downs that guy. Now the problem I have with getting in a long-range sniper battle like this... Ooh, missed just by a little bit. The problem I have with getting in this long-range sniper battle is even if you do down them, you're not going to be able to finish them. So you're really just kind of giving away your position and doing a lot of damage. The odds of you getting a kill, unless you can get a team wipe, pretty slim just because... Oh, there was a guy down there. Did you see that? Let me pause it real quick. I saw a guy. He was right about here when I saw him, so I would be looking kind of in this area here too. I think that's what he's doing. Let's see what happens. Yep, there we go. Now you can see this guy's got cold-blooded on. Now, as a thermal sniper, you have to be aware of, yes, I've got a cold-blooded enemy over here, because if you do a quick scan and you don't see any bright white spots, that doesn't mean that there's no one there. That means you don't see anyone there.
Enemy cluster strike incoming.
So he breaks that guy's armor and he bails. Now he's got a cluster strike. And a little tip with the cluster strike is you can tell about where the enemy called it in from based on where it's coming from on the map. So I can't see exactly where it's coming from, but I would expect this cluster strike to be called in by a team right about here on the map. So we're going to skip a little bit. It feels like he's maybe worn out his welcome on this building, so it might be a good time to switch positions.
Movement.
Checking another rooftop. I really like this fight a lot more because you do have a nice shot. Wow, Gray Fox, nice shot. You got to use that thermal AX50 more often. So he's got two guys downed over there. There's the third one. Did you see him? So he went in to reload, and then the third guy kind of snuck in on him. But I like this fight because you have a height advantage over this other building. That first building... Ooh, that's a nasty shot. Is he going to finish this guy? Looks like he's going for a thirst. Ooh, Furted just jumped down there. You see him on the mini-map? He is way up there. If he gets down, there's no way he's going to get picked back up. Oh, he just got one. He got Coupe de Ville. Oh, nice. There's your team wipe. Nice. So this team in this building is gone. We don't know what happened to the team on the other building. And the King has moved out too, but you can still see where he is. We've got a teammate down. He's down. I don't think they're going to be able to get to him. Now you know you've got a team in this building right here. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to leave him. That's probably, unfortunately, the best you can really do here. So we can see now that Brewmaker is going back to try to rescue Furted. Now, I'm not sure if those guys are still in that building.
Loadout drop inbound.
Yep, looks like Gray Fox is going with him. And they are going to put themselves in a heck of a bad position here because this storm is going to be right on them. And it's going to start closing in 37 seconds. And I don't remember if he opened the minimap, so I don't know how far they have to run. But it looks like they have to clear through a good part of the downtown area. But they did manage to get Furted back up, so that's nice. And let's skip a little bit, see if... yeah, I don't see any fighting, I don't see any dying. So you can see they're getting over here. Ooh, they're going to get their loadout. That's a good place to look. We can see some fighting right here in this building. And let's see what loadout he pulls out. I about guarantee it's going to be an M13. That's his kind of go-to weapon. Alright, so I like how they went for the loadout. They didn't all go at once for the loadout, and I really like that because that means the other players can be covering the players who are getting their loadout. Because when you're on that loadout screen, you're pretty much worthless for your team. Alright, so let's see what he grabs here. An M13, an RPG, Cold-Blooded Ghost, Shrapnel. Shrapnel's going to give him an extra Semtex, so that's interesting. That gives him 2 Semtexes. Usually for my tier 3 perk, I go with Amped, just because you get a little bit faster armor repair, as well as much faster weapon swap. As M13, I see an extended mag on there, I see a suppressor. I think he usually runs fully loaded with most of his classes, so I believe there's probably a fully loaded on there as well. Looks like maybe a reflex sight, or the GI Mini.
Only 25 remain.
Taking fire.
And he got rid of that second weapon. He started taking shots from this guy, probably this guy over here in the building. And so now he's got a Ram 7 and an M13. I think he was trying to get the AUG back. That would have been a better choice, just because the AUG shoots different ammo. But he didn't make it there. He just got the M13 and the Ram. So not a biggie. You can probably pick up a sub in this building. This bank's usually got some good ground loot in it. Alright, we've got fighting, and again, no mark from the teammates. So that's something I'm seeing here kind of repeated, is he's fighting someone kind of along this line. So let's see what happens in this gunfight. Hopefully he's at least calling him out on comms. Oh, hey, he's already dead. No need to call him out, he's dead.
Enemy movement.
Alright, so I just heard shots from this direction that was marked, so good job on marking it that time.
Contract failed. Time's up.
Oh, you hear that parachute? Someone's right on top. There he is, right on top of him.
Enemy movement.
So he picked a bad spot to drop. Alright, now we've got an enemy who's taking cover over here. So we definitely have this guy. And over here you can see the green player is down. So we've got some enemies with a line of sight on our teammates right over there.
Grenade out.
Good grenade. Got him a hit marker. 2 guys in the gas.
Taking fire on you.
Oh, it's a good thing he's got that gas mask. So he's got 1 guy downed in the gas. Normally you cannot fix your armor in the gas, but because he's got that mask, that helps him. There we go. There we go. Good job. Clean that other guy up. Get out of the gas. There we go. Nice. Good. Ooh, that guy, I think that guy had a self. Alright, nice play, Gray Fox. Stayed behind cover. He got behind the cover when he needed to. He popped back out when he was able to shoot again. This other guy made a mistake. So if you go back and watch the fight again, huge mistake this other player made. Probably cost him his life. Now, first of all, I gotta laugh at this animation. He's like over here. He stands up and he's almost behind this box. And what you'll see is he comes right about here. And he should be standing behind the box here for better cover. And because Gray Fox has really good cover and this guy doesn't have any cover at all, you can see what happens here. Look at that. This guy has his whole body exposed. If he had just been behind this box, Gray Fox would have only seen about chest and up. And look at where he's aiming. He's aiming right here. We'll just call that at the groin area. And if this guy is behind the box, there's a good chance Gray Fox misses a couple shots. He's already weak from the gas and from taking other shots. This other guy, that could have been the difference in this gunfight, is if this other guy had just taken cover. But he had no cover, and Gray Fox comes out with another kill.
You've got gas moving in.
Now at this point, I'd be a little bit nervous about my armor supply. He's only got 3 out of 8 plates, and that other guy dropped a satchel. Satchels now, by the way, if you didn't know, the first time you pick up a satchel, it gives you 8 plates. So it's best to drop plates for your teammates and then pick up the satchel. Oh, look at that. This guy caught him dead out in the open, had his side and everything. This is just a straight up, I don't know, in this gunfight, if someone else gets a first shot on me like that, there's a good chance I'm going to try to run and take some cover. I don't know if I turn and challenge this, but it works out for him. He gets a little bit lucky. Look at his health. Look at the health right there. So, wow, that was a really close call, and you can see game chats lighting up on here, so I'm sure that guy wasn't happy. That gives him his 10th kill, and let's see how the rest of this game plays out. You can see we've got a total of 6 teams. Caught that guy crossing the street. That's an easy kill. Now, this guy's got a pretty good spot up there. This player made a mistake. He had a pretty good spot up there. Unfortunately, the gas was coming, so you can see the gas line kind of right here on the screen. So this guy had a really good spot. His mistake was he either rotated too late or he should have just stayed in the gas. He comes out here, he gives up his high ground advantage. He gives up most of it. He's got no cover up here. He's really got nowhere to go, and he just rotated too late. You can see now we're out of armor plates, so he should definitely pick up some armor. And he's also got a serious problem with ammo.
Got gas inbound.
And this is where if he had that AUG instead of that RAM, then he could at least pull out the AUG. Alright, he decides to run back into the gas, gets an armor plate. He got his ammo. So we're good on ammo.
You got this.
There are some footsteps, so somebody's coming. Alright, we've got shots off to the right. Let me mark up a few things on the minimap. Right now you've got 4 teams left. So Gray Fox is obviously one of those teams. We've got 3 teams, and we hear shots off to the right. So we know that there are 2 teams here somewhere. We don't know the exact location. I'm just kind of guessing over here. Because we know that they're going to be inside this circle. They're not still out in the gas. That gas has been closed for a while. So we've got a team here. We've got Gray Fox here, and he came from this area. So this was Gray Fox's kind of angle of approach here. He just cleared out a team. Let me use a different color for that. He just cleared out a team over here, and we know we've got a total of 4 teams. So we could have a team back here somewhere. We could have a team over here. We could have 3 teams over there. The odds of another team being over here are pretty slim because he cleared out 2 guys that came from high ground. So this area over here, at least this building top right here, is relatively safe. So let's see what he does. One thing I don't like about what he's doing right now is his centering. So centering is really just pointing your gun where you think the bad guys are going to come from. A bad guy could come from this area here, where he caught the guy when he turned on the guy. Someone could show up here, really on the other side of any of these pillars, or from the right, or through this door right here. Enemies could come from any of those directions, and Gray Fox is pointing like down here at the ground. I'm not a big fan of where he's pointing his weapon right now. I would like to see it pointed up a little bit. There we go. He points his weapon up and he sees this guy. You can see this guy right here coming out of the doorway. Get some shots on him. Let's see what happens. He's got circle because that storm is pushing him. Whoa! That grenade. Okay, let's look at where he was aiming when that came out. Because I feel like that grenade, he's pointed right at the doorway there. Okay, now this is an example where you just have some weird game issue. I feel like that grenade should have gone into the doorway or maybe hit the door somewhere, not hit the pillar next to him. So that's catastrophic. That grenade did a ton of damage to him. He's out of plates. He's only got a little bit of health. Storm's coming. Let's see what happens. There's another. We got 2 guys right there. Nice, nice. So these guys both just came running straight out, even though they knew that Gray Fox was waiting there on the other side. So I think they were just worried about the gas. They should have been more worried about the gun. Alright, so we got some shots to the left. 5 total enemies. So that could be 2v2 v1 or 3v1 v1. But we definitely hear some shots right around this buy station over here. So let's see what happens. Gray Fox has pretty good circle position. You can see the moving circle at the end here. He's just kind of dead center. Alright, we just heard someone get picked up. So, again, we could have 2v2 v1, we could have 3v1 v1, we don't really know. But we hear some footsteps off to the left. And they're either on top of that building or they're coming right around this corner right here. There they are. Okay, so we've got a guy right here. It looks like he just got downed, or he's dead. He's dead. He's killed. And we've got a guy fighting him here. Right here. 2 teams. 4 guys left. So it's a 3v1 at this point. And we've got 1 lucky candidate right here in front of us. Let's see what he does. He downs him. Now that was excellent. So as soon as he downed him, he switched to the next target. A lot of players will just thirst that first kill, and that's a big mistake because that second guy can then come around and kill you before you can get that finish. When you're downed, you have a lot of hit points, so it would have taken him a long time to finish that guy. Alright, he's got 2 down, so now it's 1v1 versus 2 down guys. He's got a minute here, so he finishes that first guy.
It's nothing.
He's still got 1 down, finishes him, 1v1. And this guy definitely knows where he is. Alright, where is this guy? Those guys came from the left from that buy station over there. So I don't know where their teammate is right now. You're just kind of repositioning. That's good.
Hostile dropping into the area.
Oh, did you hear that? He just said hostile dropping into the area. That sounds like a redeploy. I rewound it. Yeah, hostile dropping into the area, so look up, Gray Fox, look up. Look up. Oh, there he is, Oh, he's in shoot. Oh, that's perfect. Alright, nice. Good game. That is 16 kills, a lot of damage. Let's go back and see if we can find where he got bought back. I'm going to keep an eye right here on this top right of the screen. We have 6 players. He kills 2. Oh, 7. Right there was the buyback. So if you were paying really close attention when those 2 guys came out, I'm going to rewind it again just to show it again. We've got 6 players right here. He downs 1. He downs the second one. Now we've got 7 players up here. So if you happen to notice that when you're playing, you know somebody just got bought back. The gulag's closed. So that means you've got a team right here at the buy station. And that's the same direction all those guys came from toward the end of the game. So if you were paying really close attention and got a little bit lucky and noticed that, you would know that there's a team at the buy station. I missed that the first time around. So he downs the first one. Right there, that target acquisition right there, that's what won him the game in my opinion. Obviously there are a lot of other little things that happen too. But if he had gone for the thirst on that first guy, that second guy would have gunned him down and that's game over. But because he switched targets really fast and had plenty of ammunition, that ends up being 2 guys down, and now it's a Gray Fox against 1 guy in a parachute. Now the parachute guy, he probably could have landed on, if it was me in the parachute, I would have probably landed on one of these rooftops here. That's kind of hard to tell because it's moving around, but I would have landed on one of those rooftops and then at least been able to shoot down on this guy. But he doesn't even land, he's just in shoot. I'm not sure where he's going. He might be going back to his loot or trying to get a gun, whatever. But his teammates should have given him a call out to say, hey, the guy's right there. Hey, good luck for Gray Fox. He didn't. That is a big, bad win. Right there. W. If you'd like to see your gameplay featured on the channel, just let me know by joining in Discord and sending me a private message. I've got a link to the Discord channel down in the description below. If you enjoyed the commentary today, don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. And as always, thank you very much for watching.